the final... I guess I'll say it like this. I can't believe we beat what I think was the final boss with, like, nothing. We were so low on supplies. That was hard. How much do I have at the moment? I don't even know. Well, my map doesn't show anything. Moving on up. So, I mean, the villains are dead. The final boss thingy is defeated. Are we just doing story stuff now? Probably, actually. So let's go, Sebastian.
Almost there.
Up here. Unfortunately, this area is really extensive on my weaker PC. It's nice looking, though. I like it. Hey, hey. Most of the game ran fine for me, but this last area, which, in honesty, does look... Oh, why is there a giant... That's a big old vortex in the sky. This area's pretty extensive, though. Let's go inside the house, though.
Please be safe, Lily.
Probably so, Sebastian. I think we're going into story stuff. I had to be the final boss, so I could win.
We've re-established contact, sir.
Where is he?
We can't get an exact location. Wait! The core's been located. The marker is approaching her.
Excellent. Instruct the marker on how to re-establish the core.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, sir, but it's too late for that. The environment has taken too much damage. Even with the core back in place, total collapse of Union is imminent.
So be it. We still have STEM. We can start again. But we need the core. She's too valuable to abandon. Have the med team prepare for core extraction. How much time?
Depends on how fast he can get her to the extraction point. They're close. Shouldn't be long. Med team in place and standing by.
Once extracted, have the med team terminate the marker. He served his purpose.
Yes, sir.
Shit.
Kid, call your man and give him instructions.
Well, I guess this is it, kid.
Kid! Did you hear me?
Yeah, I did.
Is that insubordination I'm sensing?
You can't kill him.
Yes, we can, and we will. Once he's back in the real world, he'll become a liability. Now, call him and tell him where the extraction point is. Come now, kid. He signed his death sentence the moment he entered STEM. Now, do as I've ordered, or you'll be signing yours as well.
No.
A shame that you'd attempt to betray us. I had such hope for you.
Wait. Okay, so I understand that Sebastian's story is over. Why are we still playing this kid then? Okay, so I know. Okay, so since we're inside Mobius's stem, I knew they were gonna have to escape Mobius eventually. Let's see. As we roll into this and go into this, okay, I'm gonna prepare for this. Maybe that wasn't the final boss battle. Okay, so we beat Stefano. Stefano's boss battle was really cool. Theodore's boss battle was pretty cool as well. I've also been surprised so far because a lot of the time the boss battle monsters turn into regular enemies after that, which I've had some interesting encounters with, as I'm sure you guys have been seeing through this. I'm tired, so I'm not sure if I'm ready for anything. Like, there hasn't been anything like a shootout so far in this game. This is the first one. Am I ready for this? Is it even really shot? Maybe I was just supposed to do something else. I've been stealthing this whole time, so maybe I'll do that off here. I guess to say this, I mean, I'm a little bit tired right now. The stream has been going on for 17 and a half hours, and we are currently like 24 hours into this game. So it's going to say, hi. Let's continue, I guess.
Not happening! You stand down!
Somebody check on the administrator!
No choice but to fight my way out of here.
Boom. Don't mind me, sirs, man. It's terrible. It's probably more of a set piece.
Damn it!
Yeah, this is more of a set piece. I don't even think they can kill me. This is the story. Yeah, this is more of a story game. So yeah, I thought this was maybe an action scene, but no, this is a story. Sticking out. I don't think they can actually kill me. Maybe they can. I don't know. I'm not gonna test. I'm gonna shoot them. I think it's more of a story because we literally just beat the final boss, and we haven't played this kid until right now. So I assume it's a story thing here, like stormtroopers at the moment. So, Kidman confirmed to have the best game in all Mobius.
All security personnel.
Need to hurry before more show up.
Shit! Get away!
Lily! She's got to be in her room upstairs.
The windows almost be lagging. We have like so many different areas though. This is the only area in the game. And whatever, I'll deal with it. I already knew before I started playing this game, my computer was way below the minimum GPU. I was above everything else, but not the GPU. Alright, so some stuff to collect. There is still weapon parts to collect. That's... Oh, wait, that's not weapon parts. Hey, it's a mysterious toy. Hi, Keeper. You find the design of the toy deeply unsettling, but something compels you to pick it up. You don't want to carry it around with you, but you decide to keep it in the room for safekeeping. I thought those weapon parts. It was a plushy keeper. I can roll with that. Roll with this one. Check out some things for a second. This part's more, I think, story at the moment than anything else, because trust me, there was a lot of fucking stuff we did before this. I move up for the second. It's probably got this area and the other area though, which is probably part of the reason why it's going to be some difficulty. This is probably a pretty large map, all things considered. Alright, check from here. I'm probably going to Lily's room. I'm going to check over here. I like to check all the wrong doors for the one I'm pretty sure is right, which is that one.
Lily. My sweet little girl.
Dad?
It's me, Lily. I'm here.
Is it really you?
Shh. It's really me. I'm here to take you home.
You mean we're not home?
No, baby. But we will be soon.
So tired.
Go back to sleep. When you wake up, we'll be safe again. Myra! I've got her. Come on. Let's get the hell out of here.
I'm sorry, Sebastian. I can't.
Yes, you can. I'll carry both of you if I have to. But
No.
I'm not...
Mobius has to be stopped.
Screw Mobius. We've lost too much time to them already. We can get away, just the three of us. We'll go someplace where they'll never find us.
There's nowhere to hide. They're everywhere. Lily will always be in danger. unless I destroy them.
Okay, fine, I'll wait. Once Mobius is gone,
It doesn't
we'll...
work that way, Sebastian. It can only be done from inside. STEM is more than just this place. All of Mobius are connected to it via the chips in their heads. Once I assume the power of the core, I can transmit a signal just as Union collapses. A signal that can take Mobius down once and for all.
But we're finally together again.
There's no other choice. This is part of the plan. It always has been. I'm sorry.
Myra.
Shh. Just promise to take care of the little one. Never let her forget how much her mother loved her.
Myra. There's so much I want to say to you.
You don't have to say anything. I've been watching you all this time. I know how you've suffered, what they did to you, what I did to you. You didn't ask for any of this. You've been into hell twice for it. It's time for you to leave now. To live the life that was taken from you.
I love you, Myra.
I love you too. Both of you. That's why I'm doing this. But there's no more time. You have to go, now!
Come get me, assholes.
Warning, warning. Alpha 1, emergency.
Look out.
Warning, Alpha 1, emergency.
Shit.
We got him pinned down!
So,
Shoot to kill!
We're not making this easy.
Fire in the hole!
they really love their grenades. Oh. Don't stick out there. Come on. See you there. I'll wait on a second. So we're basically in the ending right now, for those who are just tuning in for a second. Like, we beat the final boss right before this. And I think we're in an epilogue right now, so this is more of a story. So yeah. I will say this, since I guess I should have out this part's going on. I actually really ended up liking the game. I'll see what I think of the ending as it goes on, but I'll say that probably the highlight of the game for me was between
Just need to make it downstairs.
chapters 3 through 12. Given, I also did like chapters.
All security personnel report to the STEM
There's a
room.
few other things I've shared.
Hang on, Sebastian.
Okay, so it's that way and that way. I'll go down here. She doesn't have a run animation, but I'll go here. Blah 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 blah. It's a long hallway at the moment.
Almost there.
All security personnel report to the STEM room.
Go for a second. I'm assuming we're about to kick into the ending.
I hope this works, Myra.
What are you doing, kid? Your actions will only result in your death. You must know this. You had such potential. You could have amassed such power. And now you choose to throw it all away. Why? After all you've seen, all you've done, why the crisis of conscience now? Is it for the detective? For the child?
No. It's for me.
Think about what you're doing, kid. STEM is needed. Imagine it! A unified consciousness for all mankind. No more wars. No more disparity. No more pain.
No going back now. I hope you were right, Myra.
Sebastian!
Kidman, I've got her. Where do I go?
Get to your room.
All right. But Myra's staying behind. You know why.
Okay. We don't have much time.
I'm counting on you, Kidman.
I was wondering why the final level's giving me so much lag. I know there's like no loading screens between any of this. I think literally all these levels are like loaded together. So it's been like this for the final area. Most of the game ran perfectly fine. Keep in mind, as I said, I've got a weaker computer than this game recommends in the minimum requirements. I'm surprised it worked as well as it did for so long, to be frank. It's literally the final area that's been more trouble than the rest of the game. Roll with this, come on, let's go there. I'll cross over this side. We're basically in epilogue territory. It's not bad looking though, especially since I'm only playing on medium size. Roll as we go. My graphics card is 5.5 years old. Even when I got it, my graphics card was below average, so I'm a little bit surprised they were able to handle it so much.
We're gonna be
Roll with it though.
Just gotta hang on.
What you got?
It's not too late to stop this, kid. If you do, I promise to kill you quickly. Otherwise, the punishment for your betrayal will be legendary.
I'm going to be legendary, all right. Legendary for taking you down! A world without choice isn't a utopia. A hive mind only works with a queen that controls it. Join us or die? Well, guess what? There's a third choice. And that's fuck you!
You are foolish! But oddly admirable. It's a shame to have to lose you like this, kid.
What? You thought that I was just flying by the seat of my pants here? I took my chip out 3 days ago.
No matter! You'll die today. One way or another.
Come on, Sebastian. We're almost out of time.
I love you both. Now you'll be safe.
You did it, Myra. I knew you would. Take it easy, Sebastian. You're safe now.
Lily! Where's Lily?
I need your help getting her out. Stand over there.
Hurry!
Is it really you?
Yes, Lily. It's really me.
I was having the worst nightmare.
Shh. I know, Lily. But you're awake now. The nightmare's over. There's nothing to be scared of anymore. It really is, isn't it? I'm not still inside there, just thinking I'm...
It really is over. Thanks to Myra. Come on. Let's get the hell out of here.
Now I'm going to assume they're slaying after the credits like the original Evil Within. I have a lot to say, so let's get started. First of all, my playthrough time ended up being, I think, around 24 hours. That's fun. It could have been a little bit longer if I did all the side quests in chapter... It was 13, because 14 was the chapter we were in the church tower area. Actually, in the end, I liked it a lot. I wasn't really sure what to think during chapters 1 and 2, but it started really growing on me in chapter 3 during our whole 6 to 7 hour long trek of doing everything in that area. There was actually a lot... Okay. Like the first Evil Within, the game did change tones several times through its course. That was something which the first game did. I don't know where to start. Like, as I said earlier, when we were doing the bit with that one ghost character, if I had to describe Evil Within 2, it was an interesting blend there of mixing together the original Evil Within, and now there were some elements that were still there. There were some elements of Resident Evil 4 which weren't present in the original Evil Within, which is present in the new one. There's some present elements of Resident Evil 1 and 4 from the Resident Evil franchise. In the Silent Hill franchise, there's elements from Silent Hill 1, Shattered Memories, and Downpour. From elements coming from stealth games, there's obviously some influence from Last of Us and influence from Metal Gear Solid 3. From the horror games, there was obviously influence from things such as Layers of Fear, as well as there was also influence that's coming from Galerians and all fucking things. And there's some other stuff which I could say. There's some Alan Wake influence that you could tell from a little bit. As well as they had influence from Parasite Eve, but it depended on what part of the game you're looking at, which is kind of interesting. It was like that in the original game too, where different segments of the game felt different to each other, but there was obvious they went in a very different direction at the same time. So yeah. There was far less boss battles in this game than the original game. I'm trying to think right now how many boss battles there was. Let's see. Also, almost all the boss monsters turned into regular enemies after a period of time and giving really tough regular enemies. The game got really hard sometimes, I could say that there. I was playing on the hardest difficulty, so I'm probably like 100% of the part to do with that. I'll wait till this song's, like this part of the song's playing, so... And by influenced by, I mean influenced by. I'll say why in a second. After this part of the song's playing, it's kind of loud. So, by influenced by, I actually do just mean influenced by. The original Evil Within, it wore its inspirations on its sleeves. Like, you could tell when you were playing it was obviously inspired by. But even though it was obviously inspired by some things, it still had an identity of its own, which is kind of hard to describe. Because on the surface, when you look at it, especially certain parts of it, you could think, oh, that looks like Blank Flame. But the song has the second part playing, so I'll wait till after I continue that. But like the original Evil Within, even though it had all the inspirations on its sleeves, you could still say it had its own identity. It mixed its elements in such a way that I had personally not really felt in another game. Evil Within 2, I think, pushes that further, but in a very, very different direction. It's a little bit hard to explain without like seeing the whole context of everything, because the game did change tones multiple times. Like there was that one level, which I think it was called the Abyss, when you're in the area that's kind of like a mixture between Forbidden Siren and Nowhere from Silent Hill. That was a very interesting stage, where they start mixing together things, and that was probably the scariest part of the game when it got into that Abyss location. That was the part, for those who don't remember, that was what I was calling the Blood Pit, the part where you were in that whole area that was a mixture between memories and nightmarish imagery and all that. You might remember that there. And descending further and further into that location. However, though, then I think some of the most enjoyable parts, surprisingly, I really liked the open world stuff, which I was not really fully expecting. I wasn't really sure what to think beforehand, to be completely honest. They ended up being a lot better than I was expecting. I think a big part of it is that the open worlds were actually intentionally designed. Like, there wasn't any randomized elements, there weren't respawning enemies. If you cleared an area of enemies, they were gone for good. And the areas, they weren't just haphazardly put together. There was pockets full of things to discover everywhere, both in terms of story stuff as well as lore stuff, etc. There's other interesting touches, like I appreciated that there would be certain side quests that you would do that would then have permanent consequences in your save file there. Like, of course, we had the fun after you did the side quest involving the Ghost Phantom character. They start haunting you through the whole entire game, which is interesting. Another interesting thing was later in the game when that flamethrower stalker person that was kind of like you guys saw on the stream when I was having so much difficulty with the flamethrower person inside the hub world who kept on chasing me. I thought it was kind of interesting to have an open world sort of stage where you're being chased by a stalker character the whole entire time. And that was a bit fascinating, and I was going to say, talking about that as well, there was a lot of interesting twists, and there's a lot of things, like, on one side, there was stuff which I had obviously, like, okay, like, that's like that game, or this is like this game. However, though, there was a lot of things they actually did that I had personally never seen before. And a lot of things I'm pretty sure were fairly unique and such. So even though they were wearing their inspiration on their sleeves, there was a lot of interesting ideas all throughout it. Now, there was a few things. I think this game had less enemy variety than the originally within. Now, that is not completely true either, because, for instance, there was that moment in this game where you start going through the original villains of the game, like when Theodore tries using Sebastian's memories against him when we then fought the Sadist, the Keeper, and Laura again. It was fun to see Laura, Keeper, and the Sadist again as well, but like, does that really count? Because that was kind of a combined singular boss, despite the fact that the three phases of the bosses are based on the bosses from the original Evil Within, so... what happened to Soul-Sucking Ghost Lady? For Soul-Sucking Ghost Lady, we went through 3 missions with her. Her parts were very interesting. Ultimately, that led to a part where we went down a memory lane thing, because she got new abilities each time we met her. First, she did that mother thing, where she sped really quickly. Then there was the thing where she entered the mirror world. The mirror world bit with her was really interesting, where you have to look through reflections to see where the ghost woman was, because she was invisible in your realm. You have to use your audio and mirror reflections to see where she was. And then in the third stage, which is the final stage of her, the ghost lady got the ability to levitate things, which was interesting going through a stealth segment where she was kind of rearranging rooms and all that, where all the furniture was moving everywhere, so... yeah. Okay. 3 things the game did, which I have personally never seen before. I just named 2 of them just a little bit ago. Thing number 1, which I thought was pretty interesting, was that there was a segment there where there's a side quest that you could do where if you didn't do the side quest, there was this one enemy that would not appear throughout the whole entire game for yourself, which is this ghost character we're talking about right now. However, though, if you did do the side quest, you start haunting your whole entire save file. Let me watch this there.
But I won't cry for yesterday. There's an ordinary world. Somehow I have to find. As I try to make my way to the ordinary world, I will learn to survive.
Heisen, were you here when we got the slide about Joseph? Oh, there's no more. boy, my amazing clear time of 24.5 hours. Where did he... So, I was here. I think it was obvious when we saw that slide that was all that Joseph was going to get in the game. Sebastian thought Joseph was dead. Kim reveals to Joseph that... Or not to Joseph. Sebastian he's not. And yeah. And I mean, Ruvik wasn't really in this game either. So Ruvik and Joseph, I think, were saved for a future thing if possible there. Now, the last thing there, you can read into as you will. There was barbed wire, so take that as you will. So anyways, let's see what we get there. We beat in 24.5 hours. I know, amazing time. I should go do a speed run. The new Game Plus option has been added to the tile menu. Use it to start a new game, carrying over certain things from your previous playthroughs. The classic mode difficulty has been unlocked. Abandon all hope, ye who enter here. It has to be selected from the new game menu. I'll be honest, the game was fucking hard sometimes with Nightmare difficulty. Yeah. 60,000 green gel acquired. You'll be able to use it starting from Chapter 3 when starting a new Game Plus game. You've unlocked Professional Outfit. If only these days could have gone forever. You can change outfits by using the coat rack in Sebastian's room. Outfit cannot be changed to classic mode. You've unlocked the Drifter outfit. You got knocked down, but you got up again. You can change outfits by the coat. Yep. You got unlocked the classic outfit. Being in here again, you can't help but remember the last time. You've unlocked the Magnum. Well, that's what the Magnum was. We were talking about that earlier. There wasn't a Magnum in this game. You know, in case you ever... There was actually a lot of weapons in this game. There was like 5 different handguns. There was like 3 different shotguns. Double barrel's the best. We got the sniper rifle. There'll be later in the game we got the assault rifle. We never repaired the flamethrower. Oh, that's a little bit disappointing. I never found the other pieces for it. Now then, you've acquired the Magnum. You now know in case you ever want to carry around a tiny cannon. You've acquired the brass knuckles. Maybe you already have a bunch of weapons, but you are a weapon. You've unlocked the ultimate reward, a more cinematic gaming experience. Cinematic letterbox that can now be enabled in the title menu options HUD display setting. Let's see, which save file should I choose? I guess this one makes the most sense. So was this one before Chapter 6? Yeah, I think it is. Chapter 6 was that. Chapter 7 was this. Yeah, okay, I'll say where the save file. Show overwrite. Yes. Check. Save file there. Back. Now, I want to check something for my own science here. I'm not going to do a new game plus. I'm going to... Let's see. What would be the best point to check something which I was going to check? Would it be this chapter? I'm going to remind myself where this load point was. We're about to find out, I'm sure. Or no... let me see where the save file was. This is for science for myself. Where was this save file? Because I'm going to check something this very, very, very quickly. Hi, kitty. Enjoying yourself? Go this way. Okay, so the coat rack in my room is supposed to be this, so I don't think that's the coat rack they're talking about. I think this is, yeah, this is before I got all the Bethesda stuff. You? Oh, I can do it in this. Okay. Let's see. Are you sure? Accept. Sure, I'll try this one. Didn't expect it to work here. That was one of the 2 things I wanted to check. I could say, let's see. I think it worked well as a sequel. Given... Here's something which I do think for a second here. I think some people that really like The Evil Within 1 aren't going to like The Evil Within 2. I think some people are going to really like The Evil Within 2 that didn't like The Evil Within 1. And I think there's going to be people, like me, that like both of them, given for some very... no, I won't say very different, just for some different reasons. Yeah. Well, there. Hi there. Having fun there for the moment. Well, that's having fun. Alright, so this is the point. Search the back room. Right, okay. I know where I am. Well, this is right after the boss fight, right? I'm not gonna go this way. That's what I'm looking for. This is after... Right. This... The area surprisingly is on fire. I'm gonna check sign for a second. Seb needs a shave? No, he's fine. This is fine. I'm going back to the house because I want to check sign for a moment. As we go, as we go. Hey, hey, laboratory. I killed everything around here almost, so I should be okay. Roll as we go, as we go. Carry this for the second. I guess I'm gonna go upstairs for the moment. Places to go. Actually, no, I did not kill everything here. I'll practice sign for a second. Good. I guess I don't have any sniper rifle ammo. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Boy, I'm out of shotgun ammo. Well, that would have been nice to know ahead of time. Right, this is right after the boss battle, which means I have like no ammo right now. Let's use shock bolt. Shock bolt, you're good. Take that for the moment. No, that wasn't actually what I wanted to check. Let's see, was it in here? Might have been in here. Going down here. This is after the red alert stuff was set off, so no, I know it's not in here. So... Actually, no, I will check sign. This isn't what I was thinking I was going to check, but I think I'm going to check it right now. This area is already pretty much clean, so we should be fine to go, because this is where we're supposed to be going for the moment. Maybe it'd be easier if I went for my... Let me try something. There. Load game. Let's see what this save file is. I accept. Give me my acceptance. I almost made all my save files in the same rooms there. Can I go back down to that stuff? Let me check this. I'm checking it. Okay, this area is open. Wait, does that mean these things are down here? I'm gonna pull up this for the second, so yeah. These doors closed. I didn't get picked up that bolt earlier when things were attacking. That's just a note. I'll ride the elevator to the top. I'm gonna try something like this. Do I have the elevator? No, I don't. Okay. Let's get a necklace here, you know.
I gave you the chance to help me. Because of your refusal, I have no choice. I will dismantle this world. I will find your wife, and I will murder her in front of your daughter. Who will suffer dearly at my hands, even as I use her power.
Not if I kill you first.
What makes you think this time will be any different?
I'll keep coming back until one of us is dead.
Come to me then.
What's happening? I'm testing a few things. Fun. With the fun direction of all of it. I didn't get to switch costumes there. I wanted to test something. I guess I do have this. Just up there for a second. I probably shouldn't fight this boss again, but it'll be fun. Yeah, let's roll there. No. Yeah, you know, I'll test it later. I'd have to try if you don't save files, see if I had the stuff on hand to do it. I'll exit the title menu. Yes. Yeah, I was testing something for a second, so different save files there. I will dig deeper. I'm tired right now, probably because we streamed for 18 hours just now. That, you know, that typically would be a reason. You know, just a little eensy beansy reason here. So new game plus. You can plus less you begin the game while carrying over upgraded, blah blah blah. You may select any difficulty equal to or lower than the original difficulties. With the clear save, you will receive all carried over upgrades items after the point of chapter 2. Okay. Yes. Save games. I've got 2. Select that there. Classic moves down the menu. This difficulty level cannot be selected. Okay. Like I already knew that, but yeah. Now, this might come as a surprise, but after an 18-hour stream, I am in fact sleepy. I'll have to write up a big old thing about this game a bit later. I might